I think the other crazy thing to me with this process of building Trendful is that most companies that we encounter, most merchants, even us as a merchant, they use Shopify. Shopify is like the biggest player on the e-commerce market, and they have no resale play. They have no way for resale merchants to keep track of their resale inventory that they acquire, whether they acquire it from customers or wholesale or estate sales or auctions. There's no way to keep track of that. They have no way of doing most basic things for a resale transaction. And it's crazy to me because resale is such a big component of commerce now. You would think that would be available, but that's some of them. I feel like that was something that we heard from merchants a lot when they would come on with Trendful is like, I use Shopify, but there's nothing that they support for resale.
Yeah, you are right. And the merchants usually that we talk to, yeah, they use Shopify, and we come as the software that can handle the transaction where customers sell to merchants, or even someone acquiring inventory wholesale can leverage our software with the pricing, the price database to find pricing information. But we really complementing Shopify because, as you say, they don't have the features that resale merchant needs. They don't manage, that's what we're saying, the C2B transaction. So you know of the B2C transaction, that's business to consumer. So that's when a business will sell, for example, a product to a customer. But the C2B transaction is when actually a customer sell their own pre-owned item to a business. And that's what basically Trendful has built a software on, is for customers to be able to sell their pre-owned items to those merchants. And so we manage that part of the transaction, and Shopify manage the B2C transaction.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy to me. But yeah, in 2022, we released like several features that are like still important today, right?
Yeah, sorry, I got unfocused because there was passage in my house. Can you say again?
Yeah, in 2020, we released a lot of features, and there were some specific features that we still consider like super important, like even today, like in our business today.
Yeah, some features. So I mentioned earlier, we automate shipping. So we automate creating and sending shipping label out to customers so they can ship their pre-owned item to the merchant. We also automate communication. So there are emails that are sent automatically to merchants to notify them a customer submitted an item, or to customers for sending their item, shipping their item, or because they got like a new offer from a merchant for their item. Also, we automate payouts, which is something very requested. So merchants that do buyouts or that do consignment, they can send ACH payment and now as well PayPal and Venmo payments to their customers for their pre-owned item, and it just takes a few clicks and they don't have to go through the hustle of collecting bank account information from their customers. Customers will do it on their own on their resale app accounts. The merchant will just set up the payout and then that's done. So there are a lot of features that we have built that are like still seamless to use and that a lot of merchants are using on a daily basis.
Yeah, and I think also you that year released the first version of the catalog API too.
Yeah, I cannot even remember everything released. You're like, there is such a big list that I'm like, yeah, we have built a whole platform on such little resources that I'm like, it's amazing the work that's behind. But yeah, that year we released the catalog API. So the catalog API was for companies that, for example, want to build their own resale app. They don't want to use our out-of-the-box solution resale app. They want to do their own design, or they have another idea in mind of flow that they want on the app. Then they can use our API to help them build the components of the app. So for example, they will be able to show a catalog of handbags on their app, or they will be able to provide instant offers. They can really like do different things with it. They can also Wholesalers can use our catalog API as well to automate price estimation or to add onto their website to give pricing insights to their own clients, which were usually merchants. We released that API for bigger companies to be able to build their own thing as well. Like we wanted to share what we had built to other resale companies.
Yeah, I think that's like a really great feature. And yeah, you're right. We have that year was like really crazy for the amount of features that we had built. And then like just like zooming forward quickly to like 2023, I think the biggest thing that we built that year is like huge because there's so many like independent features within what we built, but it was the inventory management system. That
Yeah,
was
and
like a behemoth like thing that we built in 2023 because yeah, we kept having people, clients and prospects asking us like, yeah, you have all of this software to acquire inventory from your customer base, but hey, we don't only acquire from customers, we also acquire from wholesale or like other avenues, and we still need to have an inventory database management system to help us even like list to e-commerce platforms too.
yeah, there was so with the admin, the big component was our offer management system. So when customers submit their pre-owned items to the resale app, or when a merchant goes in their back office and create an offer themselves, they have it in one single view and can click on every offer and, as we were mentioning, send shipping label, payouts, emails, etc. But we didn't have an inventory management system as of yet. And yeah, we understood that merchant needed that because they didn't exclusively get their inventory from the customers. They also acquired inventory via wholesale or estate sales like we were doing back in 2019. Then for consignment, for example, inventory management system was enabling merchants to list their items seamlessly from Trendful to their e-commerce websites. And then, for example, with Shopify, we have built this communication, this integration where when an item sells, we receive an update in our inventory management system and are able to send automatic emails to consigners, or we are able to send automatic payouts for their items. So the whole process can be seamless, and Trendful and Shopify can communicate together, and we are working on making it work with other e-commerce platforms as well. But that was a big release that year.
Yeah, I don't. It was such a big release, and also like when you release something like the inventory management system, it's not just like you release the inventory management system and that's it. You have little features that you have that you build within that too to make it work. And some of those features are more available for like our enterprise clients, and then some of them are more available for our like pro plan level client customers. So it's really, and also when we build something like that, it's really a back and forth between our clients too, because I remember, I think we like offered it first as like a beta launch, a soft launch that we offered to, I think all of our clients at that time that were using Pro. We let them use it for like, I think 6 months or something like that, just to get their feedback, because that's the thing that I think is really great about what we build is that we always want feedback from our customer base when we're building
Yeah,
something.
when we build, that's true. When we build a feature or we have such a big release like that, we have a long-term vision of where we want to go with that part of our software. But we can't release everything at once. It's a lot of
Yeah.
work and it's a lot of like blocks we have to build. So usually we will go with a first version or of this feature or an early access of that feature, and merchants will use it. We will receive feedbacks and we will just kind of revamp our long-term vision to fit what merchant needs. So we have been very good at listening what merchants say when they email us, when even they have a technical issue, even if they don't specify something right away, we're like, okay, I have an idea to help you. overcome that, and we always deliver it.
I think besides the features we built in 2023, the other really like interesting and fun thing that we did was we were a sponsor at Poshfest. And it was like our first major thing we ever sponsored as a company. And that was really cool getting to talk with resellers and getting feedback from them, kind of going into the idea that we're always building based off of not what we think is the right way to build a feature, but also based off of what customers want, like what people want. And so that was very like fun that we got to do in 2023. And then in 2024, um, we really have focused, and I think we're still doing on AI and adding more AI powered features into our software. And also, I think also expanding the catalog API as well and going more full head and full steam into that.
Yeah, we're still working on it, and I love merchants because they give suggestion as well, and a lot of merchants have excellent suggestion, and we have already written them down to be implemented in
Yeah.
the future. We just have to prioritize what features need to be released, and we know that AI can really help merchants be able to go through harder tasks much faster. So for example, as part of the inventory management system, we want to integrate AI so they can write a product description in just a few clicks. We can give them SEO recommendation, also the pricing recommendation with the catalog API and all the pricing information we have collected over the years. So that's something that we are actively working on to deliver actually out this year, so merchants can reach another level of automation that they haven't accessed before.
Yeah. I think that will be amazing for them. And even like being able to that same year you released also Trendful Vision, which was the image recognition where merchants could upload an image into our price database and see like results for that as well. Because I mean, we mentioned in our last call with each other how naming conventions of items can be so different across different platforms that being able to search not only by keyword but also by image was very helpful for merchants to be able to find pricing information that way.
Yeah, we're still working on expanding Trendful Vision, which use image recognition so we can provide pricing and in the future description and SEO information to merchants with just uploading one image.
So we've kind of gone through like the whole timeline and the history of Trendful. What do you think this year will be the biggest like releases that we do, like feature wise or like that?
I think still I think you mentioned it. We are very focused in integrating AI into the product, and I think we want to improve Trendful Vision so we can work with more products, but as well than other than even handbags, but as well we can provide more information. Right now, we can return results, so we will give you some naming recommendation for your item and as well pricing insights, but we will be adding project description as well as SEO recommendation. And there's other ways that AI is going to be used in our products. We want merchants to be able to respond to customers in just a few clicks. So there will be AI generated responses for merchants, because with the resale transaction, customers are very hands-in. They are like selling their product to merchants and they need to trust merchants and they have questions. They don't know when their item is going to sell, or they don't know exactly when they're going to receive their payouts. It's not a process as streamlined as when you just buy something firsthand. And customers will reach out a lot to merchants. All merchants need to reach out a lot to customers because they don't upload enough pictures of their item. And so we will pepper in AI to make it very easy for merchants and customers to communicate together.
Yeah, I think that's a great like a plan for 2025. I also like the sales side, yes, maybe partnering not only with conventional merchants, but also partnering with other types of companies that work alongside merchants in the resale industry. So whether that's wholesale or our authenticating companies or just not the traditional path that we've followed with sales, but also working with larger enterprise companies, even on the primary market that want to start offering resale operations. And with in those instances, I really see them making use of our catalog API to build, either have us help them build something different than what we've built before, or if they may have their own team that wants to take our API and build their own app or use it in a different way than we've done before.
Yeah, definitely. We knew when we started that primary brands or retailers would want to add a resale business to the existing business, and it has happened already in fashion. It happens also in the furniture business. IKEA started doing that, I know, in Northern America, in the north of the country. And so definitely when we built the catalog API, we had that in mind, is that those primary brands will want something more custom. It will look different, the flow customers submit items to them. And so we built the catalog API so it could accommodate that.
And I also can see maybe moving out of just of our niche that we've had in the past of luxury and acquiring more clients that work in other industries too. Since our software works for any vertical, I can see moving into making a name for ourselves, not only as a luxury resale, but also moving into like companies that resell sports equipment or companies that resell electronics, since our software is agnostic and can work with any category.
Yeah, that's as each time when we build a feature, we keep in mind it needs to be agnostic. We need to be able to build on top of it. So definitely, I'm excited opening up our software to other industries, other verticals.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know last call we talked about like what we consider the future of resale and how we consider Trendful to, be at that forefront of our vision of the future. So I can't wait to keep creating and building and improving Trendful as we see it, and always being willing to pivot or idea, because what we think is going to be needed is always changing, and what we think Trendful is going to be at this very moment could in fact be different in a year. What we actually build or what we actually do based on like the needs of our customers and what happens in the resale world.
Yeah, that's gonna be there's a lot like ahead of us, but we're here for it.
Yeah. So this has been such a great conversation. It's crazy to think of where Trendful has come based on where we started. First is just a resale company. Like I never would have thought when I first thought of Trendful. By the way, I didn't even think of the name Trendful. My husband thought of the name Trendful for me. Like I would not have been we probably would have ended up with some other name if we hadn't thought of the word Trendful. Like I can't even imagine from where we started from and to what we are doing now. It's crazy to me. And if you're a resale business looking to streamline your operations or a brand considering resale, we are always open to chats. You can always reach out to us on our website or follow us for updates on our Instagram accounts. We also are active on Facebook and Now we're trying to build more our YouTube presence as well. So that's why we're trying this different video format to see how that goes and just chatting together about different topics. We love your feedback about what topics you'd love us to cover in the future. Anything you want to add before we end the video?
No, that's it. I think we can talk for hours.
I know.
We know both of us, but I'm excited to keep that going and meet again next week.
Definitely. Okay. Bye.
Bye.